Welcome to part 2 of our Jeep Cherokee XJ build, for which we've dubbed Recycled Green. Now, when we first introduced you to our 2000 XJ project, we told you this little farm Jeep / daily driver needed a little love. Now, the suspension was shot on it, so we immediately took care of that with a 3-inch Advanced Series kit from Rusty's Off-Road. Now that we've been able to log a few thousand miles on it, we've been extremely pleased that we did that. We no longer have clunks, wobbles, and the little bit of a lift definitely makes it look better. When we did the suspension, we paired it with a new set of tires. This is a 32-inch tall Nitto Ridge Grappler. This is a great tire for exactly what this Jeep is intended for. That's a little bit of off-roading and daily driving. Now, one of the things that we have found when we take this off-road is as soon as you disconnect the front sway bar, these flares, they don't stay on long. So when we're taking this thing on the trail, what we're finding is when this thing starts to actually articulate, the tire's grabbing and just tossing off the flare. It leaves us that, which looks pretty terrible. Now, the XJs, their flares come off pretty easy and you can kind of toss it back on there, drive down the road, it's not that big of a deal. But it's an annoyance and it's something that we want to fix. So we're going to sort of do something twofold today. We're not only going to give it a cosmetic upgrade, but we're going to make it more functional as well by enlarging this wheel well opening. So this is the thing of the past. So now that we've established that we need a little bit more room for these tires to roam, come here to Low Range 4x4, where we're going to do everything we can to not only give this thing a better look, but enlarge the wheel openings. We're going to be doing that with a full set of armor from Rusty's Off-Road. Now, Rusty's makes these full kits that go in the front fender, the back fender, and it's going to go in our entire rocker section. This is not only going to give us a better look, but it's going to give us better function, so the tires are not going to hit anymore. So let's get to it.
So what we're going to do after we mark the holes, we're going to drill them out. We're going to cut our fender line for the new clearance, and we're going to bolt it up with 1/4-inch bolts. Okay, so we've drilled our holes, we've cut our fender line. Next thing we need to do is slice the pinch weld, and we're going to hammer it over. Okay, so we just wrapped up the side armor. We put our through bolts around the perimeter, our nut certs in the middle. This is all wrapped up, so we're moving to the back. What you want to do, instead of just cutting this out with the saw, it's a pinch weld that keeps the body together. So what we do typically is slice it about 1 inch apart, take the hammer and roll it in so you don't separate the pinch seam.
Okay, so here we are, we're back at the farm and we have completely transformed the look of this Cherokee. Now, since this entire armor kit goes from the front to the rear, we ended up painting up the front bumper and the rear bumper. These are trimmed as well, and we just wanted it to match up the look. We'll eventually probably do some sort of bumper, and if you're looking at doing a complete package, yes, Rusty's does make a front bumper and a rear bumper that match up with this armor set perfectly. Now, a few things to mention. One is all of this is 1/8 inch steel with a 3/16 steel flare. Now, you can get this in bare metal or you can get it powder coated. We opt to have it powder coated because we like the semi-gloss finish. Another thing to mention, one of the key reasons that we went to low range 4x4 is not only can they do this efficiently, they were nice enough to let us follow them around with a camera. Now, we mention this because this is a bit of a time-consuming install. It's not overly difficult, but you're gonna have some hours getting all of these riv nuts in and trimming and making sure everything fits just right. That being said, it was a very smooth install, and we would say if you're doing it at home, just plan on about a weekend to get it done. Now, the reason we started this whole process is because we wanted to make sure we had plenty of room for these 32-inch tall Nitto Ridge Grapplers to cycle and not rub. And we are happy to say we have accomplished that goal. So much so that we could, probably run a larger tire on here without a lot of issue. The reason that we're not is that we're still running the stock differential gears along with the fact that this is a daily driver, so we don't really need a 35-inch tall tire on it. So we're gonna rock this out for a bit. We do have some more stuff in store, so be sure to hit subscribe to Driving Line and check us out at drivingline.com for future updates on our Cherokee project, Recycled Green.